These diplomatic efforts coming from France, obviously the fulcrum of most of the political efforts have been hosted by Qatar. So what role and what heft does France have in these negotiations with the US and the others involved?
Well, first of all, France has open channels to a number of powers in the Middle East, including Israel, including, as you just noted, Iran, which would not directly communicate with Israel given several decades of open hostility existing between the countries. France also has inroads for historical reasons in Lebanon, which we would expect to be one of the ground zeros of a major flare-up of these regional tensions, should that occur. So using those ties in Iran, in Lebanon, France is one of the countries trying to weigh in, trying to intervene, trying to head off what would appear to be escalation that would take more than 10 months of fighting in a more serious direction.
It has, and the communication from this side of the pond, from Vice President or on the ticket, Kamala Harris, along with Biden, is they really are pushing towards the cause to end this conflict. What is the latest out of Israel on whether a ceasefire might be achieved?
I think we should be careful with terminology like ending the conflict. A ceasefire is, by definition, temporary, certainly when it comes to the enemies Israel faces now, be it Hamas, be it Hezbollah in Lebanon, be it Iran, or like Hezbollah and Hamas, other Iranian-linked militias in the region. As far as they're concerned, there is no prospect for peace or even diplomatic engagement with Israel. So any cessation of hostilities, any suspension would be, by definition, temporary. Now, Israel knows this. Israel feels that after the October 7th attack by Hamas on its southern towns and army bases, it feels that this was a game changer. It was definitely constituted massive losses for Israel. And Israel now, in turn, wants to change the rules of the game, meaning it insists that any truce in Gaza, that under any truce, it retain the right to resume fighting for what it would describe as the ultimate destruction of Hamas. Now, Hamas obviously does not want this, neither presumably would Hamas's allies in Lebanon, in Syria, or indeed its sponsor, Iran. So basically what we're talking about now is a stopgap measure, something temporary to stanch the violence and perhaps let cooler heads come in and assess where to take this conflict in the months and perhaps years ahead. But why it has now resurfaced is because of the obvious linkage. World powers and regional powers are worried about what it would mean if Iran now attacks Israel directly, if Hezbollah significantly increases its attacks on Israel as part of their retaliatory actions for the 2 assassinations that took place last week, if Israel lashes out, and indeed this becomes a full-blown regional war. So a Gaza truce would not only slow or ease the fighting in Gaza, it would actually have ramifications for the rest of the region.
In Jerusalem. Thank you.